See, many cases you fight because you believe there is a logic, there is a reason, there is a justice element behind it. You get paid for it, you feel very happy about it. Okay. There are very called cases involving people placed in high positions, a case involving huge controversies. It happens in many people's lives. Many senior advocates begin to handle this kind of cases. So I say I appeared for the minister, I appeared for so and so, things like that. I think they are not part of what I would consider cases which had moved my mind and involvement. One case which I always think which had made me to think differently was the case of a very unfortunate Adivasi woman
I was thinking
who was sexually assaulted and then violated in let's say in the police station. Question was whether the woman should move a local magistrate to get the policeman or anybody else to be prosecuted. So the Free Legal Aid organization which is working in Gujarat, this happened in a place in Gujarat. So the head of the organization with whom we are working together in other causes called me and said what is to be done. And he had raised some very genuine queries. Suppose we go to a local magistrate. The policeman can purchase, can corrupt, can influence. And how long will she be able to fight? So all these questions is bothering me, he said. So we thought over it for a while. I said we'll file a petition in the Supreme Court, raise certain very important questions. And we worked hard on this issue. And we did file a petition in Supreme Court. Supreme Court entertained this petition. And some of the issues which we wanted to raise was the accountability of custodial institutions like police or army, right? And particularly in the context of violations of women's dignity, right? And liberty. So if you don't have a law under which you can get a quick redress, and if the woman has been violated, if we cannot say that that she should have a quick redress, then who else will have a quick redress? And if people like her cannot be protected, who else should be protected? These kind of questions kept bothering me, right? So then when we filed a petition, Supreme Court entertained it, appointed a commission. The commission gave a report. And not only the policemen were responsible for doing this dastardly act, but there are other levels of officers who are trying to suppress the whole issue. So they were also prosecuted. So many people went to jail. Then another question which I raised was that in certain countries like England and New Zealand, there is something called an injuries compensation scheme. So if you are a subject of a crime, right, then I must be compensated. This principle is yet to develop in India. So I thought this is a case where this principle should be developed. And it was developed. And this woman got an interim compensation rehabilitation. So that slowly set in motion the thought process that in all those and similar circumstances, whether Supreme Court cannot be approached directly or High Court cannot be approached directly instead of going through a long, arduous process of magistrate, appeal, High Court, like that. So today the law has changed.
Yeah.
It has changed so considerably, and that's one case which will never leave as part of our, I think, our memory lane.